Hey Pisces, and welcome to this space. The new moon in Gemini is upon us, or it's already passed, but we're still under its energy until the full moon gets here. Okay, so Pisces, sun, moon, and rising placements. Please check your sun and or moon placements for deeper resonance. In these particular readings, as you can see in the title, I am actually reading for both tropical and sidereal charts, okay? Western or Vedic charts. So if you know what your sidereal chart is and you are a um, Pisces in Eastern astrology, then this reading is for you. I recommend that you listen to this reading specifically for your more spiritual existence, who you truly are, and who you're growing into in this particular lifetime. But if you're listening for your Western astrology, right? If you're listening for, sorry guys, my fiance is watching TV and it's super loud. I think he just turned it down. I'm sorry. But if you are a Pisces in Western astrology or tropical astrology, please check your moon and or rising placements for sure. But if you're checking for your sun sign for tropical or Western astrology, then this part of the reading that's going to be leaning more towards your material aspects of your life, your relationships, your money, your career, your health, things like that. Um, those parts of the reading will probably resonate with you even more. Okay. Um, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into your reading, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising placements. I don't know why my camera is. Uh, sorry, it's a little bit crooked right now. I just feel like I'm just kind of like low on the ground. Not on the ground, but I just feel like I'm like down here. But it's okay. We'll work with it. Um, there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening right now. We have Pluto in retrograde. Okay. We just had Saturn go into Aries. This is going to be a bit of an intense time for a lot of us, especially, those of us who have Saturn in Aries. Those of us who are fire signs as well. So, Pisces, if you have fire in your chart, this Saturn in Aries might be a bit intense. Okay. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. The first cards that we pull are going to pertain to your more spiritual existence or who you truly are, and as you truly exist on this planet, um being like under the skin that you're in, inside of this body that you're in. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and see how you're feeling. Okay, so it's also going to tap into how you're feeling. So again, if you are a Pisces in your sun, moon, or rising placements, and you are a Pisces in Western astrology, I'm not saying that the spiritual messages won't resonate with you. I'm sure it will. But again, if you're looking more for the material aspects, the Western part of this reading, the Western astrology, or the more Western astrological Pisceans out there, the material aspect of this reading is going to probably resonate with you even further. But if you are sidereal Pisces, more than likely that means that you are an Aries in Western astrology. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and talk about this new moon in Gemini energy that is going to be with us for the next few weeks. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, ancestors of light, messengers of light for this Gemini new moon message on a spiritual level. What are their spiritual messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs? Spiritual messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements, rising signs for this Gemini new moon. Thank you. Okay. Somebody who got this one before. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. The Capricorn? Some of you guys may have a lot of maybe Capricorn in your chart, but they received the elk as well. But I think they received the elk at the bottom of the deck. They didn't receive it um, as their card at the top of the deck, but the message still stands and it says seeking a powerful animal's objective, and it's card number 46. 46 can be a number that you work with, or can be an age at a time in your life in the past if you're older. You guys, it could be a add up to a life path number. So some of you guys might be a life path number 1 or life path number 10. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck overall for your spiritual energy. And you have the rattlesnake. Okay. So some of you guys, you might be a life path number 4. So 10, 1, and 4. Those are the life path numbers that I see here. If you don't know how to find your life path number, you just add up your date of birth. But the rattlesnake, it says avoiding an untamed bite. So some of you Pisces, some of you guys may feel in danger or you don't feel safe in a situation. There is something here that is a huge part of your life. It could be a person, and this is how you feel. Okay. I'm not saying that this is necessarily what's happening. I'm not saying that what's going on in your physical life is actually unsafe, but this is how you're feeling inside. This is how your heart feels. There may also be, again, we have Saturn in Aries, okay? So Saturn is all about discipline. Aries is all about forward movement and not slow movement, quick movement. It's fire. Saturn is, more Capricorn, type energy, right? It's just, one step at a time. And each of those steps are not going to be easy, right? So there's something here that is a big part of your life. It's a big part of your purpose and the path that you've chosen. However, there's something that you feel unsafe about. There's something where you feel, I really don't want to get involved in that. I don't feel safe getting involved. You don't feel emotionally safe, or you just feel that there is some type of harm that you're going to run into within this situation, within this experience. Hmm. So there's something that you're going after. There's something that your soul is seeking. There's something that your soul needs or your soul wants. There's something that your heart needs and what your heart wants. But as you move towards your objective, as you move towards your goal, there is something that you don't want to face or you don't want to talk about here, Pisces. This situation that I'm seeing here is not going to be easy. Like, this is something that you, under this Gemini new moon, you need to face this, Pisces. You need to, whatever it is that you're seeking, because I see the color red, like the objective or whatever it is that you're seeking or you're hunting for, so to speak, or that you're pursuing, a person, place, or thing, it's a very beautiful exhilarating experience, right? Could be marriage, it could be dating someone new, it could be having a baby, could be getting a new job or getting a really good job that's going to pay you well. Um, but there can also be something where there's a conversation there, like you need to, there's something where you are avoiding something, there's something where you're just really dodging it and you really do not want to have anything to do with that part of the objective, right? Interesting. Yeah, let's keep going. So we're going to go ahead and so that's your spiritual and emotional body. We're going to go ahead and talk about the more tangible material aspects of your life, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising signs under this Gemini new moon. For Pisces, sun, moon, and rising signs for this Gemini new moon energy. What's going on in their material lives? Yeah, so there is definitely some energy here of optimism, because how you feel about something, Pisces, like you feel that I need to avoid this, even though the objective is something big, it's something, beautiful, like these elk, right? But there's something under the surface or something that's kind of being hidden here, like this rattlesnake. Like rattlesnakes, anybody who's come across a rattlesnake, I have. I definitely have come across rattlesnakes. You can't see them right off the bat. They are very sneaky, right? They're very, I wouldn't say sneaky, but they're very quiet. They're quiet. They mind their business, but they are also set off very easily. They will bite you if they feel threatened, and it doesn't really take a lot for a snake to feel threatened, okay? Or a rattlesnake. Will they bite right off the bat right away? No. Usually it depends on the place and the time. Like I've had a rattlesnake. I mean, I've never gotten bitten by one, thankfully, but thankfully, the times I've come across a rattlesnake, it warned me first with its, with its body and with its, tail. And, I just turned around and I was like, okay, I'm leave. I wasn't trying to bother it. I was just walking and we crossed paths. The snake didn't like it. And so I just immediately turned around and, you know, walked the other way and let it cross. And then after a couple minutes, I continued down my path. So it's almost like that type of situation where you feel that there's a problem that hurts, right? It's not something that's just a problem and it's annoying. It's something that really bothers you. It's something that really does bite, right? It's something that stings. But I'm seeing like you're very determined though about something. So this can be a relationship, this can be money related, right? It can be anything, anything that you set your mind to. So if you're looking for a job, what are you avoiding? What are some things that you're like, are you avoiding a certain type of job because you just feel like I'm a failure if I get that job? But what is the objective overall? Is your objective happiness, success, good health, mentally, emotionally, and physically? Like, what is the overall objective here, Pisces? Because if you start avoiding certain things because you're afraid or because you feel like it's, going to hurt you or what have you, then I think you've kind of lost the objective entirely, right? Or maybe you just need to change the objective. Maybe you just need to change the destination. Maybe where you're headed is not exactly what you think it is. Like you just really, I think, what is the objective here? That's the thing. What is the objective here, Pisces? I was saying that I think it had to be Capricorn. It was Capricorn. It had to be. What is the objective? Bottom of the deck, you have Aquarius, innovative, rational, and humanitarian. Some of you guys have an Aquarius in your life. Some of you guys have Aquarius in your chart. And I see trine here. So I think your big three, maybe you have three placements, or you have a, um, what is it called? A stellium in your chart. Okay. Where there's like more than one planet, more than two planets in one sign, right? So you may have a stellium in Aquarius, you may have a stellium in whatever. Take a look at that. But maybe there are three specific placements in your chart, Pisces, where um, there's a certain sign that is there, like one particular sign. It could be Aquarius, could be Pisces, what have you. But I'm also seeing, building on a firm foundation, making sure that whatever you're building is not about to topple over, right? So if you're moving forward and you know that there's a problem, but you're avoiding that problem because you feel like it's going to cause you to face some things that you don't want to face, or it's going to cause you to face a truth that you don't want to face. I don't know, about yourself or about a relationship that you're in, about a job that you're in, what have you. Um, that's not going to do you any good, especially with Saturn in Aries. Saturn has changed signs. So there is no avoiding at this time, Pisces. There is no avoiding. Saturn, nothing gets past Saturn's radar. Saturn has X-ray vision. Scorpio, Pluto kind of does too, but Saturn, mm-mm, can't get past Saturn. Saturn is like a surgeon. Okay. Okay. So Pisces, let's go ahead and jump into your tarot. Let's jump into the tarot. And we're gonna talk about the spiritual aspect, kind of clarify the elk and the rattlesnake, and then we'll pull more tarot to clarify the more material aspects of what's going on with you guys during this Gemini new moon. So let's go ahead and pull three cards for the elk and the rattlesnake and what that's specifically talking about for you guys. I'm getting something, Pisces, okay. Something just came to me and said the only thing that you should be avoiding is danger. Like you shouldn't, when it comes to your success, you shouldn't avoid anything unless it's dangerous, unless it's like something that's really, really detrimental to your health or detrimental to your well-being, or detrimental to someone else. But if this is not danger and it's just maybe danger to your ego, maybe this is a danger to a lie that that you've convinced yourself is true for whatever reason, I don't know. Um, that's you should never avoid the truth. So when it comes to truth and success, prosperity, abundance, anything that is blocking that, you should not avoid that blockage. You need to go and remove it. Find a way to remove it. Let's see here. You have the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands, and the Death card. Yep. Like I said, Pluto's in retrograde, Saturn is in Aries. So there's definitely something that has bitten you before. Something has hurt you before. Something has lashed out at you or caused you some type of damage. Over time, you know, it didn't necessarily happen right away. Like over time with the Wheel of Fortune, like things seem to be okay, but then again, this bite, this pain has happened before, maybe more than once. Like this has happened over over maybe a few years for some of you. And what you don't realize, Pisces, is that you're living as the Nine of Wands. Like you're very strong, you're very resilient. You might have Leo in your chart, right? Like you've really stood firm and you're like, I got this. I'm going to push through this. We're going to fix this. We're going to move forward. It's going to be fine. But then death came about and said, no. Mm-mm. No, you do not. You are not going to continue to pretend like you are okay, Pisces, right? Some of you, because of this death that has occurred, it has kind of forced you out of a situation that has taken you away from an objective that you have. So if your objective is prosperity, happiness, confidence, wealth, the Chariot is all about discipline and never forgetting the objective. The Chariot is that energy of Cancer, the energy of, you know, heartfelt movement. You know what you want, right? Some of you guys are really, you're exiting a situation. You're like, I'm done with this. I'm done pretending and I'm done with being hurt, right? Others of you, because with the Wheel of Fortune here, I do see that I don't necessarily see you completely severing a situation or a relationship. This can be the situation that you're in, move finally having a breakthrough, move and having some forward movement. Yeah, so we also have the Hierophant here. So some of you guys, there's Taurus in your chart, or there's a Taurus that you're dealing with. You may have a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Leo, or any of the fixed signs here. Aquarius. But there is some heartfelt forward movement where you're like, what is my path? Who do I want to be? And reminding yourselves of that. Death is here to remind you, like, who are you, Pisces? What do you really want? And how have you lost the objective? How have you lost the whole point of this, right? Whatever this is for you, like whatever you've chosen as your happiness or that you want to pursue, why? Remind yourself, why am I doing this? Do I love this person? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Like whatever it is. And but also come back to self. Understand that you have control over this Chariot. You have control over that Chariot. You are in control. You don't need to be pushed in one direction or another. You stay on the straight path. Stay on your path. There's no need for you to be forced into a direction. And if your forward movement has some obstacles or challenges, you face them head on. You don't stop and try to find a shortcut. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards regarding your material life, and clarifying these oracle messages here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements for their more material aspects of their lives under this Gemini new moon. King of Pentacles wanted to show itself. Some of you guys definitely have Capricorn or Taurus in your chart. Some of you guys, you're dealing with a male who is like, he's all about his investments, he's all about money, or he's in really good health. Or, yeah, there's someone here in your life, Pisces, who's wanting to be some type of a provider, or they want to be successful for themselves. Or maybe this is you, maybe you're the one, you're the King of Pentacles, you're the one that wants to, you know, be self-sufficient. You're the one that wants to, you know, feel secure. You want to have financial security. Some of you guys, you just want to be healthy. You just want to be healthy. You don't, you know, you don't want your body, to feel laggy. You want to eat good foods, or maybe you just want to be able to afford good food. You're very health, um, I don't want to say health centered, but there are those of you Pisces, you are really focused on your health, probably more than your peers. Okay. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. This is you, Pisces, even though this is more Cancerian Scorpio energy. But that's you. Whether you're male or female, but if you're a woman, right, you definitely you want your cup to be filled. You want to be fulfilled. You want to feel fulfilled. You don't want to settle anymore. And some of you guys are coming to the realization that whatever you've chosen, you've kind of just settled for. You don't really feel 100% happy anymore. And again, that can lead you to leave a situation behind for good and or break up with somebody. Others of you, this is going to cause you to just like learn how to build your confidence within this situation and navigate it with grace and dignity and integrity, right? Yeah, you guys are feeling stuck with there's Aquarius. So if you guys have Aquarius in your chart with the Eight of Swords, you guys have been feeling a bit stuck. But you're not. That's the thing. You have to realize that you're not stuck. It's all about perspective. Two of Cups. So this is about a sacred union. This is about someone or something that you really, really love, Pisces. But you're just kind of like, you just feel like stuck. You're like, I want to have my cup filled. I want to be happy with myself. I want to feel confident, and I want to live in confidence and have everything that I want and need. But I have this here that I also want. How do I, do I want this, or do I want happiness for myself? And honestly, Pisces, I just see you can have both, but first off, you got to think about like, how much do you love this thing? How much do you really want it? And why do you want it so badly? Is it because other people are in relationships and they're getting married and having kids? Is it because other people have jobs that they love, or their dream job or whatever, and you're just like pandering towards what other people are doing? Or is this something that your heart really, really, truly desires, and you just have to, learn more about how to, stick with the objective? But in the meantime, you've gotta kind of remember yourself too. You can't, if there's someone who's making you feel stuck and they're making you feel like you have to give them attention, you need to forget yourself and give them attention. No, you can't do that. Absolutely not. Yeah, so this is like, get out there and see the world, Pisces. Get out there and have fun. Don't remain stuck in a relationship. If it's a relationship where you know that's your person, deep down in your soul that's your person, then God's going to bring them there. God's always going to make sure that they're brought back to you. If you're attracting on the right frequency, you don't have to worry about this person leaving you or not being for you. But if they're not for you, there's somebody else, right? If there is a job, right, that's draining you, or you're not sure, like, is this the job for me? Well, does it make you happy? Are they taking care of you? Are they paying you? Are they paying you what you're worth, or not? I'm getting this energy of like, this is not you necessarily pursuing, Pisces, especially if you guys are females. Like if you're a woman, Like, this is not you pursuing, this is you just sitting and attracting. Go out and have fun with your friends. Some of you guys are just really wanting to spend time with your friends under this new moon. Some of you guys are actually going to have a little like get together with your friends, family members. Okay. Some of you guys, you're actually really thinking about some type of celebration here. And that's where you're kind of stuck. Like, it's interesting how the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Wands, both for the spiritual and material, like as above, so below, came out in the same position, one on top of the other. So you guys feel stuck. You guys feel like you're blocked and you feel like I can't move forward because A, B, C, or D. Well, then stop. Press the pause button. That's what I'm getting here. Press the pause button. Press the pause button and just say, hey. And you know, this might hurt somebody if you have to tell somebody, hey, I got to take a break, or I got to, we need to split up. This is not going to work for me. I'm not happy. You know, maybe you got to tell a job like, I'm not happy, I'm gonna have to look someplace else. You know what I mean? You might be nervous to tell a boss or a manager like, I think I'm good, I think I'm done, right? I don't know, but there's something here, Pisces, where you're just you feel like your way has been blocked by something, and it's not anything necessarily big or huge. It could be something small, but it hurts. It has a really strong bite, a really painful bite, and maybe you've just been having a hard time facing that, and you don't necessarily want to be the person to be like, hey, I'm not happy. Some of you guys are just hoping that things just work out eventually, but with Saturn here, you guys, Saturn's not going to just let things just blow over. Saturn is going to require you to express like, hey, I've been avoiding this for a while, but it doesn't seem like anything has changed, and it doesn't really make me happy. So how are we going to move on with this? How are we going to grow and thrive together? Or you just tell somebody that you got to go, and you're breaking up with them, or just say peace out. It depends. It depends on what your heart and your soul tell you to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do, Pisces. I'm here to just guide you and give you the tools to understand like where you are, and you know to understand how you can grow within a situation, or grow out of it, you know and move on. All right, guys, much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.